Man, do you know what day this is?
Let me get what I want.
If I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday.
Good afternoon and welcome to the show. I am your host, Isaac Walsh, and I am here with my co-host, Paul, the handsome one, Herring Sr.
Hey!
Yay, warrior.
I'm all right. I am here. I got to go check, make sure the radio station is running. So stall for me, okay?
Yeah. Well, welcome to this really nice day after we got an inch of snow on Halloween, which was not awesome, by the way. It's a nice crisp 50 degrees outside in downtown Flint. You can see the blue skies, a little bit of white clouds out there. We are so thankful you tuning in and checking out the stupidity that we have found on the internet for you today. You know, I've asked Paul a difficult task. Was to be able to help defend some of the stupidity that I found. But the stupidity that I had found was so stupid. Not even Paul could defend it. And
What?
Well, you said it was hard, and you were
What?
right.
You got doubts? You don't think I can handle some Florida people?
Oh, listen. I decided to go year by year because there was so much dumb. I couldn't figure it out. So I decided 2017 was a good year because why not? And here's the title. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this. I'm ready. I am ready.
All right. 10 most what the crap moments for crime stories of 2017. Here's the understory. From a drug-fueled orgy at the Vatican to accidental circumcision by a gun, the craziest news stories of the year. And I would say that would qualify for crazy stories of the year. I don't know how your week has been, but my week has been interesting. We'll go with not dull. And so I am really looking forward to these stories because, man, the carbon-based units out there can be frustrating from time to time. Paul? I don't know if you're ready for these, but we are going to read these out, and I'm not asking you to defend these. I'm asking you simply to make them make sense.
Okay.
All right?
I can do that. I think I can do that.
All right, so for 2017, they go through this big opening, blah, 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 yakety smackety, and then this guy's picture appears, which piqued my interest, right? Because it was the eyebrows. This man has looked like he had a rough day. But after further inspection of the story, it was a self-inflicted wound. Are you ready for this?
I think I'm
you
ready.
See his face. Okay, there's a little bit of yeah.
Should I share it with him?
Well, it's a guy that he's given a shot and his eyebrows are up like he's afraid. But let me tell you why.
All right, let me tell you. Tell me why Clarence is scared.
All right. Here's the title. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Over $1,000 falls out of an alleged drug dealer's buttocks in county jail. Oh, here we go.
That's easy to explain.
A Florida man pulled over 26-year-old Mr. Stokes for speeding this, and this is 2017 in the summer, after they apparently smelled marijuana. They searched his car, allegedly, finding a bunch of drugs, specifically meth, crack, and heroin, your favorite.
Wow. A trifecta.
The trifecta. And
One-stop
also,
shopping with that guy. Yeah.
Oh, man. And they found money. All right. They took him into custody, but when they arrived at the station, the money had vanished. Whoosh. It was a short-lived mystery. As they did their inspection, money started falling out of his butthole in the form of $20 bills, like he was a gastrointestinal ATM. Literally so rich he's pooping money. You can't make this up.
A $10,000 wad of money is 3 inches, 4 inches
that
around.
Is a huge. Listen,
a wad.
Before we get into this, just let me finish. Before you get in, I already knew you were thinking about a can of corn. Moving on.
Yes, indeed.
After a necessary but undesirable process for everyone involved, The detention deputies located $1,090 in U.S. currency hidden in Stokes' rectum.
That's not that bad. $1,000. That's maybe
Stokes
half
received
inch.
one charge for his rectal magic trick, as well as a litany of drug charges.
Now, wait a minute. They got a law on the book that says you can't put money in your butt?
Okay, well, he was trying to hide the money, which I'm sure.
Hiding evidence?
Oh, it was evidence.
Concealing evidence?
And nobody liked getting that money. Talk about dirty money.
Dirty money.
Oh, that needed to be washed. That money needed to be washed. Now.
And then you look at the expression on his face.
Exactly.
What?
It
You would
was
have done
like,
the same thing.
Listen. Okay, so here's my thing. We're talking 20s and 1,000. So are you thinking this? We're thinking 2 inches around, 3 inches around, 4
20s. No, it wouldn't be. I'm thinking about 2 inches, maybe. 2 inches.
In a circle, because it would have had to been a circle, given the area that it was going into.
We don't know how he crammed it up there.
He did not put it in triangles. Okay, this poor guy.
It could have been an option.
I'm thinking like a can of corn.
Okay.
That would have been uncomfortable. Now, I thought for sure you were going to go as far as ideas. Not a bad idea. Because you imagine, well, I got pulled over, but they're not looking, so I'm going to go ahead and take this and stick it in the safest place I can think of.
Why wouldn't you just throw it under the seat and, say it's not
Get
mine?
it later, or, maybe because they're going to pound the car, and they'll sell the car, and then whoever gets the car gets a surprise or something. Bail money?
Yeah, but how's it going to... Never mind. Who's he going to...
And listen, when you're counting that out, yeah, talk about dirty money. Yeah, nothing? Really?
Florida. I got something.
Florida.
He tried. You got to give him a...
Like a solid B for effort?
You got to give him a solid 7 for trying. I mean, you're in the back of a police car on your way to the police station, and you find the compunction.
The compunction. I don't even know what that word means.
One, you have the thought. So it's probably not the first thing that was up his butt. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
When you go to that as a pocket.
It's like a wallet.
Yeah. When you consider your butt a wallet.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah. I as far as genius ideas,
I'm guessing it's his first time in jail because he knows they search you when you get there, right?
Oh, they were searching him.
Apparently didn't have to.
Man.
The guy bent over and just...
Well, you got to cough and... No. All right.
Or he could have known the whole time he was going to get caught.
So I decided I want to do something. I want to do a scale of 1 to 10. Now, we have had, and I'm really sorry that Florida keeps keeping me. There's nothing I can do. I can't escape it. I keep trying. On a scale of 1 to 10, knowing the scale that we have, and we'll use the raccoon bike lady as a 10.
Oh, no. Okay.
Like, what are we at here?
Oh, this guy's 3.
A 3?
Yeah, he's not.
The butt wallet is a 3.
Yeah, he's not even on. You just made the list.
Just barely made the list. All right, well, let me...
That was a Boy Scout try right there.
I'm gonna tempt your tummy. Oh. All right, well, let me up the ante, if I may.
Do it.
You ready for the next one?
Go for it.
Here we go. Title: Vatican drug orgy broken up by cops. Do I have your full and undivided attention?
Vatican's huge.
Huge. Huge hands.
It's huge. It's a city. So go ahead. Yeah.
All right.
The garbage men in the Vatican City were caught. What?
No, this is a little juicier. Now, this is 2017, so this was a while ago.
Okay.
All right. So it's got a picture, and it says, drug-fueled orgies are especially frowned upon in the Vatican. Are you sure? The words that you got to use there is drug-fueled. All right. This is how it starts. Quote, unquote, in the epic parties department. This sounds like a joke. All right, so what happened was the priest at the Vatican. This is how it starts. A priest at the Vatican was caught by police in a big gay drug orgy. Neighbors were sick of the noise and the steady stream of young men visiting Monsignor Luigi Capozzi's apartment, so they called the police. According to the Italian newspaper, which I cannot pronounce, members of the Pontifical Swiss Guard, the Vatican's police force, arrived at the scene mid-orgy. mid-orgy, where they found a group of nude men rolling around on the floor in the throes of pleasure. Though gay sex isn't illegal in the Vatican City, drugs are, and Capozzi was arrested. The priest was serving as a secretary to Cardinal Francesco Coco Palomari, that's a $10 handle,
That's a name.
who heads the Pontifical Council for Legislative Texts. That's a title. And advises the Pope. So this is sort of like a Da Vinci Code, but with more dongs.
Listen.
Hold on.
Listen.
Capozzi was reportedly sent to a convent outside of Rome to repent, and his position was replaced.
Let me ask you this: was it during work time? Was it his personal time? Was it after hours?
Listen,
was this like 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Friday?
It was at his apartment, but the neighbors were getting tired of the noise.
That's a little loud. And I bet
They
he's
were
like
getting
80
tired
years
of
old. How old is this guy?
His name makes me think older.
Yeah.
But he could be younger. I don't know. All I know is there was a plethora of young men, but nothing. On a scale of 1 to 10.
Let's put it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
It's a church.
It's
not little boys. 3.
Wow.
3.
That's 2. That's not a 3. That's at least a 6.
No, these are consenting adults using drugs that are legal halfway around the world. Yeah. Oh, this is.
It didn't say which drugs.
It didn't say.
It didn't say.
It didn't say.
But out of the top 3 that we just registered in the previous story.
Yeah, we're gonna figure there's some. What's the date rape drug?
I don't know.
Ecstasy. Yeah, there'd be some ecstasy in there. Some mushrooms.
I don't know.
What about the guy in Florida with the money up his butt? Do you think he's got a Vatican connection?
I really hope not. But now that you put those 2 together, I cannot untie those dots.
Yeah, that's 2-3.
2-3.
It's the Vatican.
All right.
Adults.
Well, what do you think about the Pontifical Council for Legislative Texts? Is his title?
I love that they put pontifical.
Oh, it makes it sound very official.
One, didn't know that word existed. Yeah. Pontifical.
Listen, I don't know how to use that phone, so you're going to text and then give them something that sounds important.
And exactly, pontifical. What do they do?
They need.
I bet you they make crank calls out of the yellow pages.
They don't even have yellow pages anymore. Oh my gosh! I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to say this is a solid 6 or 7 out of 10.
All right.
Because it's worldwide.
You're surprised?
The other guy was just a Florida man, which was
it's the Vatican,
localized.
It's Christians, and it's sex.
What? Oh, right. It's got all the compartments of a really bad story. All right, can you bring up this picture?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
So this guy dresses up as the Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker. So if you're looking at this on video, it's very similar to the Heath Ledger Joker. Would you agree with that?
I didn't know that's what it was named, but I will say yes.
Well, there's the Jack Nicholson,
or
Jack Nicklaus Joker. There's a Heath Ledger Joker, and then there's the rest of them. Okay.
All right.
That he's walking outside looking like that. So it's got the red lips, it's got the black eyes, the purple suit. This guy put some time into this. Even the hair's freaky looking. All right. So this guy got up on a Tuesday and was like, "Yeah, this is a look." All right. Now, if I'd ask you what state you think this in before we go farther, what do you think?
Oh, that's
Not
California.
Florida.
This is an actor trying
California?
to get work. Yeah, he's trying to get work. This is a California guy.
Okay, California, he says. So it says, guy dressed as a Joker arrested for wearing a mask. Now, this is in March. This is 2017 again. 31-year-old Jeremy Putnam dressed up as a Joker, to be specific, the Heath Ledger Joker, because specific, and wandered about Winchester, Virginia. Ooh. Winchester. That would not be a town. I would be...
Not a good idea.
There's a history there. Moving
That's
down.
an old boy town, ain't it?
Oh, Winchester, Virginia?
It sounds old boy.
You know, I know that name for a reason. It's ringing a bell. I can't quite bring it to my lips, but something. Anyway, a sleepy town outside Washington, D.C., while police say carrying a large sword. All right?
Is that out of character, or did the Keith Ledger Batman carry a sword?
If you had Ray come by with a sword, would that be out of character? I'm going to go yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay. It's weird. This kind of the kind of distressed locals were perhaps felt threatened by a menacing clown with a sword walking down the middle of the street in the road in the middle of the day, and the local emergency dispatcher center received multiple calls. They call him a cosplayer, about the cosmopolitan player, Cosmos. Police arrested him, not for the sword, for wearing a mask to conceal his makeup, which is apparently illegal in Virginia. Putnam's lawyer claims that he actually wasn't carrying a sword and that he was merely walking around town minding his own business.
There's no mask here.
Listen, he had a
That's
mask
makeup.
on top of his makeup.
Oh, about to say that's makeup.
But you can't wear a mask. That was the illegal thing.
When did this happen? Is this post-COVID?
Pre-COVID. It's 2017. So this dude had a mask on, allegedly had a sword, and the thing that they arrested him for was the mask. Make sense.
Hey, whatever you can get him for. They couldn't get him for anything else. He didn't jaywalk. He didn't have an AR-7. He wasn't. He wasn't piddling kids on the. Is it AR-7?
No, it's like a 12 or 15.
Not one of those.
AR-15.
AR-15. My bad.
Yeah.
There's no
You knew there was some kind of.
It's the little one.
It's a held handler.
So
all right. So where's this 31-year-old's mindset?
This guy, he's a video game player.
A video game.
Yeah, and he went outside to get some air.
And he just happened to have the outfit on because he was playing at his house.
He was at his house. He was checking it out, showing all his buddies on his FaceTime call his new costume for the upcoming Comic-Con, and he realized he was out of butts.
And that's why his hair is dyed green. I mean, that's a very good...
That's his outfit for Comic-Con. Yeah. And he was walking to the store to get some cigarettes or maybe a little more rouge.
Or maybe a little more rouge. You know what my thought was? Mushrooms.
They should have just walked this guy home.
I don't know.
And did one of those health checks or whatever.
Yeah, like a mental check.
The house was
Yeah. Because the sword that allegedly...
I'm more interested in the contact lenses.
So it's like a light. It's like a light blue. Like this guy was all sold out for this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that outfit is really, really good. He even has green dye in his hair.
That's a commitment.
That he was sold out for this. Like, and I will say, like, he did well.
Yeah, he did.
Like that's definitely. If I walked down the street, I would just say, "Go
across the street."
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Sorry, sir.
I guess you don't have to be scared of him. You're the little girl that's dressed up and the other guy that hangs with him, right? It's all his henchmen that do the stuff. He doesn't do anything. He just makes other people beat other people up, right?
He doesn't make anybody.
The Joker doesn't kick anybody. You never see the Joker in a fight.
Oh, you definitely did. You not see The Dark Knight?
Well, I'm sorry. No.
Oh my God, he definitely fights.
He fights.
Oh, definitely.
When did that start?
He
was
from
always
the beginning
the one in the back saying, "Get him, get him."
What is no for 200, Alex? That is not correct.
Well,
if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. Out of the three, it's the best one.
I don't like the Batmans. You know why?
Why?
Because everything happens at night. And I'm just watching a black screen.
That's actually not true.
Okay.
You should definitely watch it and then get back to it because I would actually love to hear it.
So
I think you would like it.
daytime stuff? He's not just...
Y'all, it starts in the daytime. Right. Starts in the daytime.
Like the beach scenes. Okay, go for it.
Okay, moving on. That was interesting. Very good. Scale of 1 to 10?
I'm still down. 2.
2.
This guy's not...
I'm saying a solid 5.
Solid 5.
A solid 5.
For a cosplayer getting harassed in Virginia.
That's where you went with it.
That's where I went with it, yeah.
All right, so this guy's neck is massive, by the way.
Whoa.
This next guy, his shot here, this man definitely works out on his neck.
He looks like my dog's neck is that wide.
He looks like Pitbull. Look at that neck. That is a massive. Maybe it's just the way the picture's taken, but his neck looks huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the title. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Man farts at detective until he released him. Maybe that's why his neck's so big. It's full of gas.
Brilliant.
All right. Generally, when being interrogated by the police, it's best to keep your mouth shut unless you have a lawyer by your side. But maybe there's another way to get out of trouble. Sean Sykes Jr., a 24-year-old resident of Kansas City with a huge neck, was riding in a car which police found drugs and 2 handguns. So he was taken in for further questioning. No money involved in this particular story. When a detective asked Sykes about his address, he leaned to one side of his chair and released a loud fart before answering with the address. The detective wrote in his report about the interrogation. So the deputy was like, "Oh yeah," and he was cracking him off,
Punctuating them with poops.
Oh, what did he eat? The barrage of farts continued, and according to the detective, he continued to be flatulent, and he ended up. It smelled so bad, he ended the interview because he couldn't take the stench. Though he was not charged, Sykes was pulled over 2 months later. Police allegedly found crack and a stolen gun in his car. It seemed like he won't be able to fart his way out of trouble this time. Come on.
Well, the farting had nothing to do with them releasing him.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I mean, they pinned whatever was in the car on the driver and the passenger, and he was in the back seat, apparently eating Top Hat or White Castle,
a White Castle sliders, or a whole thing of beans.
You know, so he was innocent in the car, and there is no law against ripping one during an investigation.
Well, ripping them so bad that you stink someone out of an interrogation room.
Brilliant.
Have you ever even heard of that?
I'm going to try it next time.
I plan on getting arrested tonight, so before I do, I mean an entire bowl of baked beans.
You got to be locked and loaded. I just say you just do it on a regular.
All right, so for weird ones, this is like a 4 for me.
Are you saying weird or...
Weird, yeah.
Okay, you can give it a 4.
Can I?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Flatulence is not...
Farting yourself out of an interrogation is weird.
Well, one, that was the headline. That was the buzz. If they had found the coke in his pocket, he would be in jail. They didn't let him go because he stunk up.
The whole thing about this story is, what did he eat to get to that point?
Well, the other thing is, why didn't they just put him in holding and let the rest of the prisoners kick his butt? They're not going to tolerate that in the holding cell.
I don't know. That's a really good point. Because that wouldn't last very long.
No.
See, I knew that brain would be clicking in, baby. I knew it. All right. Do you remember the story about Kim Jong-un's brother getting killed?
The assassination. Yeah, the girls that came up and played with his face. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there's a picture of one of them. It's very grainy, but she's got an LOL shirt on, and she looks. All right. What? That does not look like Korean to me.
Yeah, she looks Korean.
You think so?
Yeah.
I can't tell. It's too pixely. You guys take a look. Tell me what you think. Anyway, she's got an LOL shirt on. It says Kim Jong-nam assassinated by 2 women who thought they were on a prank show. Right. So first off, why were 2 women saying they were on a prank show to kill this guy? Do you think that Kim Jong-un had his brother killed? Do you remember the story?
Well, because it was in the Western media, I tend to doubt things.
You think that media would not tell the truth?
Yeah, I do.
What?
I do. But this sounds kind of good. I mean, they told these girls that they were on a prank show and that they had to go up to this guy and flirt with him. And
so how did he die again? They had something on their hands or
I'm
something, right?
surprised they didn't die. Yeah.
Which makes me think that the whole prank story is bullcrap.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, so you think this was an assassin? The assassins told them.
So you think that's a picture of an assassin?
Exactly, an unbeknownst assassin. She's like a Manchurian Candidate, baby.
So you're going deep level on this.
No, I mean, she didn't know what she was doing.
My theory is he said, "Okay, you guys got to kill him. Here's your alibi. Go do it." You're saying she didn't know.
Nice. Oh, that could.
I think it's just more direct.
Yeah, you think that they were just.
Because he went to Disneyland or something, right?
Yeah, but there's so many ways they could have killed him without doing that. You know what I mean?
But as far as 2017 stories, this was on the top list of weird ones.
Well, they were trying probably to make it look like it was an accident, that he had a cardiac arrest or something. Yeah.
Now, did they catch those girls? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they did.
Right. This is one of the weirder stories of the year for 2017, was the assassination of Kim.
Who keeps saying it's the weirdest story?
One of the weirder.
The guy writing it. Okay.
Weirder.
Oh, I'm just checking.
I'm just checking for a friend. Okay. All right. Thank you for tuning in. All right. One of the weirder stories of the year was the assassination of Kim Jong-un's half-brother, Kim Jong-nam. I wonder what that means. While making his way through...
Nam means not going to be king.
Next to...
That was loosely translated.
Yeah, well, he's making his way through the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. That's probably wrong. He was confronted by two women, one of whom was wearing a sweatshirt reading LOL, who sprayed him in the face with a VX nerve agent. He died 20 minutes later before he could make it to the hospital. The strangest part of the story, though, is that the woman later said that they thought they were taping a comedy prank show at an airport, which is so strange. They were paid to spray a few other men in the face with water earlier that day. Apparently, they were unsuspecting assassins. In October, they pleaded not guilty in Malaysia and potentially face the death penalty. I don't know. Was there a video of them spraying other men in the face, or is that just their story?
Well, the guy who has the video is the assassin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you're going to get the tape from him.
Yeah, I just think...
he was pretending to be a producer or a cameraman. And yeah.
So on a weird story, scale of 1 to 10.
I halfway believe the girls.
You do?
I do. I believe the girls that they're approached. And yeah.
You thought it was thought through that well?
I think that it wasn't thought through that well, that it was like, oh, shit, he's going to recognize me. You know.
I'll give this girl $100
to
be on a show.
Yeah, I'm head of security in the palace. We walk by each other every day. I can't walk up to him.
I don't know, man. What I'll say is I don't know. What I do say is it doesn't face value, doesn't fly. Making it very high on the weird scale. I'm going to go on an 8.
I don't think they would give a woman the task of assassination. I mean, it's a very misogynistic culture, isn't it?
Well, I'm not getting involved with that, but what I will say is...
But they would pawn a woman really easy. I could see that.
To the fact that the masculine have the females doing so and so. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I always thought that story was weird. Okay. It was like one of those cloak and dagger things that came to light, and because it wasn't us, it made it to the top or something. Not that we would do that. I'm just saying allegedly. Not us. Can't confirm or deny. All right, next one. Now, here is a picture of a smoked-out Ford Focus, and I don't mean tint. I mean smoked-out Ford Focus. I don't know if you want to bring this one up, but it's got a picture, and it has smoke. It has a Cheech and Chong smoking rollout. Let me get this in right before we go to our first intermission. It says, woman caught smoking weed in parking lot. Dude, right? Like, this looks like it could be... It looks like it could be at a college. Right?
This is...
Woman caught smoking.
I call foul, because look, the smoke's coming out of every window.
All right.
Anybody that went to that effort to hotbox, which is what it's called.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. would not open the window.
That'd be a waste of the boxing.
Look at that cumulus cloud over there on the passenger side. You know how big the stogie would have to be to create... Listen, Snoop Dogg can't produce that much.
I don't know, but Willie Nelson maybe. I don't know.
No, both of them together in a van couldn't do that, man.
Oh, man. It says woman caught smoking weed. I love how you're insulted by the picture. I love that. Woman caught smoking weed in a parking lot before court summons for weed possession.
I got to get rid of this.
Yeah, she was hammering it. Over on... Thank God this is not a Florida story. This is a lie.
It's a lie.
Listen, let me just read the story. Man,
read the lie.
Already.
Read the lie.
Listen. Over on Long Island, 26-year-old Ariel Bonici was snagged by cops back in May. This is 2017 for a marijuana possession. A few months later, she had to show up for court summons. Court appearances are super boring, but you know what would help that? More weed. So according to the police, Bonici rolled up to the station, cutting off undercover cops while talking on her cell phone on the way in, parking in a spot featured a PD parking only sign. So she's doing every red flag that you can do. Not exactly the smartest move, but to be fair, she was allegedly super high. When cops confronted her about her illegal parking spot, a huge cloud of pot smoke puffed out of the window. Maybe she was just holding all the smoke for a friend. She was charged with unlawful possession of marijuana again and had to appear in court again. Now, that picture has got to be a reenactment because I don't even see a person in the vehicle.
Not a person in the car, of course, and they put that on too.
So you think this whole story
simulate
simulating a hotboxing incident, which is a really bad idea in a police department's parking spot for police department people. On a weird scale, 1 to 10, you think this is bull? You just call zero foul. Zero foul. After watching The World, I'm going to have to say not only is this possible, but probable. And not only is it probable, I don't find it weird. I find it possible. So I'm going to say on a weird scale, 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 2. Because the likelihood of this happening downtown, say at the Genesee County Jail, or the courthouse, or the 67th Court.
We only got street parking.
Hey, they paid their $4.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, Paul! With that, we got to go to our first intermission, and this is where you check us in with 92.1 WFOV.
I'm going to go first.
Fine.
Yeah, because last time you went first, right?
Well, you told me you had to, because you always go first.
I do. Hold on. I'm trying to do something stupid here.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Oops, that's why it didn't work, because it wasn't stupid enough. Stand by. I'm almost there.
He keeps putting down and up the same picture on a different video. Got it?
I like this. This is a good view.
All right, what do we got?
It's time for me to tell you guys that we're always looking for clean programming here on WFOV 92.1 LPFM. I hurt my leg.
Whoa.
FM Flint, right? 810-259-9789. Did I say I hurt my leg?
What was the number?
810. Well, but the leg part is what is it? Never mind. 810-259-9789. If you got clean music, you got an event going on at your church or your community group, man, you're playing chess, mahjong, maybe even, I don't know, whatever you're doing that you want to share with the community, we've got a spot for you, either on WFOV 92.1 LPFM Flint or Fact Channel 17. Yeah, we got a channel. We got a TV channel that we can use to inform our citizens about activities and events, and it's absolutely free. 810-239-2901. That's 810-239-2901. Listen, we're determined to make a difference, but we need you too. Two. Yeah, this is a double.
Two twos.
It's a double two.
Yeah, it's a double entendre on the back word of two.
How'd I do?
Not too shabby. Well, we didn't forget one thing, and we forget about it. You can check us out on www.wfov.online. Two dots. Two dots. WFOV.online.
Online.
All right, and welcome back to the show. We were sitting here talking about other people's stupidity, not our own. And we have got to, and you don't like the smoked out. That was definitely a reenactment.
I think so.
But it was still funny.
It was funny.
Because all I could think of was Cheech and Chong in the van.
It was true. And the guy asked for the hot dog on the dashboard. You gonna eat that?
That's all I could think of. That's why I kept laughing when I was trying to get into the song. It was just Cheech and Chong. Dave's not here, man. That's all I could think of. Oh, boy. Moving on. Wow, that guy's picture is rough. Oh, my gosh. Can you pull this up? Look at that guy's face.
That isn't his shirt.
No.
That's a paper shirt from the hospital where he probably hurt himself. But this happens every Christmas.
Well, I mean, normally it's a chubbier guy with a beard. But moving on. All right, so here's a picture of this guy who has got soot all over his face. And it says, alleged bandit gets stuck in a chimney. Now, I don't understand this part. Like how... We're going to go through this story, but there's a couple questions I have at the end. And this poor guy's face is just covered in black soot. Oh, thank God. It's not Florida. A man in Ridgecrest, California, attempted to rob a home by sneaking in through the chimney in a move known as the Reverse Santa.
Reverse Santa.
I'm leaving that one alone. Keith Schultz climbed in the chimney, but that's as far as he got. He severely misjudged the width of the chimney. Desperate for help, his female partner in crime allegedly tried to break into the house to help him, while police believe that triggered the home's burglary alarm. She then called the police for help to help her boyfriend out of the robbery before escaping into the night. Meanwhile, firefighters pried Schultz free from the chimney. He was taken into police custody, where he posed for a mugshot covered in soot, which was a picture that we saw. If you want to check it out online.
It's still there. We got it up.
Oh, yeah. A headshot that could surely get him cast into a local stage production of Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist.
All he had to do was tell him he was doing estimates on chimney cleaning. And he slipped.
Or you could not go in the chimney.
Chimney, what, 24 inches?
How did he even get stuck?
It must have been a really big house, like a lodge. And
that was my first question.
Triple chimneys or something like that.
Listen.
That fed the cellar.
Where is your life at?
Where was it? It's California?
Yeah. Where is your life at when you're like, look, over there. A chimney.
A way in.
Listen, guys, life is never that bad.
I'm pretty sure it's a white guy, though.
I'm gonna go with yes, but he looks like he's had a rough day. He looks really tired,
and he's got his necklace on. He's styling.
Daddy. Really? All right, here we go. Oh, it's scale 1 to 10 of weird.
Nah.
Not that weird.
Nah.
Guy getting stuck in a chimney. You're meh.
50-50 shot.
So 5.
Yeah. Not even 5.
That was one of the options?
3, yeah.
Either stuck or not stuck?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, the chimney is a way in. If the doggy door is locked, what are your options, right?
All right, moving on.
I'm just glad he didn't try to get the loot out of the chimney,
He didn't make it in there to get the loot.
Right, he was going to try to pull it up the chimney.
Yeah, and then he set the alarm off once he got in there because the most... Moving on, not thought through. All right.
Big bag.
Next one, and title, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
I'm bracing.
Circumcision by gun. By gun.
Well, that only happens.
There's a lot of places to get shot. This is worse than others. All right. A robber in Chicago faced the ultimate punishment when he shot his own off, according to the Sun-Times. So he shot himself in the man spot. And this was in October 2017. A 19-year-old Terrion Pouncey held up a hot dog stand. You can't make that up.
Yeah, you can.
He held up a hot dog stand with a gun in West Pullman neighborhood on the city's south side shortly after 6 a.m. After snatching the cash, he made a break for it, and his gun accidentally discharged into his hot dog. The unlucky robber was taken to Christ Medical Center and arrested. He joins the ranks of other infamous movie villains like the mugger from RoboCop and the villain from 21 Jump Street.
Who was the villain in 21 Jump Street?
Really?
Yeah, I love 21 Jump Street. I don't remember there being one villain.
He shot himself in the junk?
I missed that.
All right, moving on from that. Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was the movie. I see. I like the TV series.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
Okay, so
anyway,
that explains
RoboCop is also a movie.
I saw that too.
All right. So being shot in the junk, tough call. Hard to recover.
I mean, bottom line is...
Like the bullet going through.
You see, the guy, he put the gun away.
He bobbited it himself.
The robbery was over. Everybody was safe.
Except for his hot dog.
Yeah, that's what we call poetic justice.
Going from a hot dog stand to a hot dog stand.
Because he probably reached over to get a hot dog and then hit the gun on the counter and poof.
Weird scale. 1 to 10. This is up there. This is weird.
I'm going to give it... Because of the location of a pocket, I bet you it happens more often than we think.
The fact that you're putting that much thought into a junk shot is just beautiful. Go ahead.
You jam that pistol in your pocket, and you could accidentally, So I'll put it at 5.
5.
I'll get a 5.
This is easily a 7.
A 7.
It was a hot dog stand.
It was a hot dog stand.
The only way this could have been better is if his street name...
But they also sell French fries, so why didn't they call it a French fry stand?
Listen, the only way this would have been better if his street name would have been Tripod.
Ooh.
Okay? This was very ironically weird.
His nickname was Big Dick Willie.
Well, it used to be.
Shorty.
Oh, that's so bad. All right, here we go. Far as weird ones. Running out of time. Alleged kidnapper takes a nap at a crime scene. One of the problems with committing crime at night is that it's hard to stay up so late and stay awake. But this robber in Abilene, Texas, found out. 20-year-old allegedly got into an argument with his roommate, according to authorities, but eventually took a gun out, tied him up, and held him hostage, demanding this. So he takes his roommate hostage. This doesn't even make any sense. But he couldn't stay awake, and around 4 a.m., he dozed off. His roommate escaped and got out. Police returned to find and arrest him. He was held on an aggravated robbery charge with a $60,000 bond. That one is weird. The funny part about this story...
He asked his roommate for $20 to go buy some meth. He said no. He tied him up.
This is apparently, however, a common problem.
A common problem?
As 2 people in Yakima, Washington, were also caught sleeping in front of the storage unit facility in which they had just allegedly robbed. Remember, to take a nap before a crime spree.
2 people. I mean, that's amazing. I guess they drove a long way or something to get there, and they were both exhausted.
Yakima is remote, bro.
Okay.
It's like 2.5 hours west of Seattle, through the mountains. Yeah.
2.5 hours isn't nothing. That's a good nap.
Yeah. I got a couple more, but I'm running out of time, so we're going to go to something else because I have got some work stories for you, and these are all true stories. These are all from this year, and I wanted something that was funny but true.
All right, let's hear it.
And this is called Bad Boss and Coworker Stories. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Do I need a URL?
No.
Okay, all right, do it.
It says, title says, say what you mean or get what you get. All right? This sounds a whole lot like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's what this sounds.
I love that.
I bet you do. Some people give orders but cannot distinguish between don't do X and you don't have to do X. They tell you don't have to do it and get very surprised or upset when you do anything anyways. Once it was a system person who said that we needed to do something with a certain director, but we didn't have to do something. But he did it anyways because it seemed easier, and he got a ton of error messages. Then he said, no, this is an IT guy, but we told you not to do that, so he got in trouble for doing it. I also had an idiot manager once who said that we have to write our test cases a certain way. An extremely capable tester wrote them that way anyways because the result was much better than whatever the manager was thinking of. The manager blew up at her, and the tester says, well, I didn't do it to spite you. And his response was, yes, you did. And they were so happy when the manager left. So this is somebody who was told not to do something. They did it anyways. They worked out. And then the manager got mad because it actually worked. Have you ever had to deal with something like that?
I have.
So you've had somebody tell you to do something that you knew was not the right thing. So you did the right thing. And then you got yelled at for doing the right thing?
You want me to explain?
You can be as vague or as specific as you want to be, but I would love to hear what you're talking
I
about.
was working at a Clark station in Grand Blanc.
Clark gas station?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this lady was miserable that I was working for.
Okay.
And she had like 12 cleaning products that she wanted you to use throughout the night to clean the store.
The lady that owned the place, or manager?
Or the manager.
Okay.
So she wanted you to use Windex on this and that.
Yeah.
And 409 on this and that. And this other stuff on this and that.
Okay.
So I pulled out a piece of paper and I started to write down what she was saying.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, you don't have to write it down. You just memorize it. And I said, no, I got more important stuff up here than what cleaning agents.
She already started.
She was livid.
That's all it took.
That's all it took.
I got more important things than cleaning supplies than I just sent her over the edge.
Thank you. Yeah, no. My brain is for storing important stuff.
All right,
now, all I got to do is remember where I wrote it down.
So I don't know if any of you guys have had a story where you've had to do something your boss didn't tell you because that was weird, but I would love to hear those. And if we get one on there, I will put it on the show.
Good.
Next, this one's called Not Worth Being Needled Over.
Okay.
So a needling.
Needling.
It says, I'm checking out a customer when I noticed that there was a sewing accessory kit. A throwaway plastic box containing some of the cheapest low-quality equipment I had ever seen. And it scanned at $250. It seems someone forgot to add a decimal point. So I called an area manager to question the price. She snaps at me that all prices are correct and it's not my place to question it, and then hangs up. So the cashier tells the customer, sorry, but I have been told that the price is correct. The customer said, are you kidding me? I could get this kit at the grocery store for under $5. It's for my daughter's sewing class at school. The lady responds, yes, I know, but there's nothing I can do. Someone's made a mistake somewhere, but I can't mark it down. Maybe try this competitor. Customer sarcastically says, and how much do they have their kits for? And the lady responds and says, well, when I worked there, these kits were $2.50, but that was a couple of years ago. The customer looks at you and goes, I guess I'm going there. All because the boss said everything's correct. We don't make mistakes.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
That's a bad boss. That's a really bad boss. So you got to admit your mistakes and double check. Why wouldn't you check?
Well, here's the thing. How many people have had to deal with a bad boss? And in defense of the bosses, they're getting it on both sides, right? They're the meat and the sandwich. So they got to deal with the people working, and they got to deal with everything's always their fault when they make a mistake, right?
Right.
So they don't want any mistakes because if there is a mistake, then it's their fault. Oh, your boy's here. Ray.
I don't have a camera for Ray.
Oh, no, Ray. Hi, Ray.
No Ray camera today.
He makes it every day.
Wait. I can take your camera.
He's got some kind of sandwich. What are you eating there, Ray? What are you eating? Oh, egg sandwich. Hey, he might be able to gas himself out of an interrogation if he needs.
Move to the right. More. There you go.
There's Ray. Yeah, Ray. Thank you.
This way. No, stop.
Every single day he comes
by.
There
you go. Now look at him. Say hi, Mom.
Say hi, Mom. You're on TV. All right.
Don't you see yourself?
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh?
Get the dog.
Yeah, I got him.
Yep, got the dogs.
Yep, they're in here. They tricked me.
All right.
Oh, my hero.
Well, thank you for sharing your egg sandwich with us, Ray. I would definitely not eat that. That looks like a gas station. Would you eat a gas station egg sandwich?
Stop.
I'm just asking for a friend.
Ray has a cast iron stomach.
He has to.
He claims to be diabetic. But he walks around with Hostess Ho-Hos and Sweet Debbie cakes, and he's allergic to everything that's good for you. Asparagus, allergic to it. Lettuce, allergic to it. I said, your mom just told you that when you were a kid, dude.
Oh, my gosh. I'm moving on from Ray. It was good to see Ray, though. I hope you guys got that face shot. That was beautiful.
I like Ray.
All right. This one's called I Don't Own a Restaurant, but I'm Still Taking Notes. Okay. All right. Very good.
All right.
This guy says my ex. Uh-oh. This is a story about his ex. My ex owned several restaurants where I live. They were industry veterans when they opened their first stores, so the business plan included a certain amount of comp meals and free drinks to placate the complainers that they already knew that they were going to have. That happens. People complain. Oh.
You got to build it in.
Most of the time, the complaints were legitimate, and papering over the problem with a free dessert or a drink resolved the issue. Sometimes, of course, they were just people who wanted to complain because they thought they'd get something free out of it. The managers absolutely knew that this was happening and still gave them something, if not everything. Why? Because having a customer pitch a fit in the middle of the dining room ruined everyone else's experience and ended up costing them more money in the long run. It was cheaper to take a wash on one meal than have an entire dining room disturbed, and therefore have to comp multiple desserts or drinks to make up for the ruckus.
For all the people, yeah.
This was especially important considering the impact bad reviews, even patiently stupid bad reviews, could have a long-term sustainability. So they didn't comp the meals when they knew someone was talking trash because they didn't want to do someone else's experience. What do you think of that as far as a business model?
I think she made valid points. It's better for me to give you a $2.50 drink and shut you up than to let you start screaming
But
and
don't you
posting online.
bring that kind of
I
other people?
just
Oh
hope
yeah, I
they're
got a
not that.
free meal.
I just hope there are not that many other people. Yeah, it may.
I
But
don't
the
know if I
bottom
agree
line
with
is,
that
if
one,
I've
dude.
got a dining room with 100 people and I got one jerk that's
I
trying
don't
to
know.
ruin it for
I would be like,
everybody,
get it out of here.
maybe you need a bouncer instead of a waitress.
Bouncer.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
And you haul people out.
I don't.
Because I think that the experience that people have around it would be a yay.
But I would be like happy that they get them out of there.
Right.
You know what I
Get him
mean?
gone. Yeah, they'll clap as
Absolutely.
you walk him out.
Because,
Well,
jerks happen.
Well, that's how I would make it happen.
As my friend Bob would say,
my guy would be really loud, explaining the
oh,
situation,
yeah.
so everybody knew.
Yeah.
No, sir, there was not a frog in your fillet.
Yeah, and there wasn't any almonds on that salad.
Yeah, none whatsoever. No legs on
And I'm
the
looking
almonds.
at a man with no almonds now. So, I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments which side you like or didn't like on that one. I don't know. I'd want them out. Because especially if you like the restaurant. You know what I mean?
It's a valid business model.
I don't know.
It's
the
valid.
fact that you have to budget that in. Carbon-based units. You know what I mean?
Carbon-based
Man,
units.
as my old buddy Bob would say. This one's good. Bad communications are my pet sitter's pet peeve. As a pet partner of a senior mutt, at least 15 years old, with extreme separation anxiety, and you're down with your animals being stressed, right? All right. A heart murmur and several other conditions that require a small pharmacy worth of medications twice a day. I have difficulty finding adequate care for her whenever I want to go out of an extended period of time. What do you do with your dogs when you got to go? You take them with, or?
I take them with. If my son or my wife aren't willing to watch it, no matter how long I'm going to be gone too. If it's just overnight, they stay here.
All right.
But if I'm gone 3 days,
Well, this lady found an angel who almost twice the cost of most others, had no problem with her dog and had no problem with her, so she's getting what she paid for. She's paying double what normal dog sitters, which I didn't know that was, I thought there's like doggy motels. I didn't know people would dog
sitters.
sit.
My sister.
Is that a thing?
Hires a dog sitter to watch her dog whenever she goes traveling. Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, this lady,
they'll either take the dogs home to their houses, or they'll come to your house every day and walk them and feed them and then play with them for a little while and go home.
Well, this lady apparently paid this money, double the amount, and said she needed to drop her dog off at a specific time, and so she could be at her destination by another specific time. She arrived at her door, and the dog, with the dog's assorted supplies in hand, and rang the doorbell. No response. I waited a few minutes and rang again. Still no response. I banged on the door. Silence. She went back and forth, trying to find the lady for 15 minutes, but she was going to make her late. So she wandered around, and now this part doesn't make any sense. She wandered around on the third floor, and she called out once more and was shocked to see an older man in a black T-shirt and underpants and coming out of the bedroom looking very sleepy and confused. This turned out to be the sitter's father's house, and the communication that she forgot to tell her dad that she was coming over to dog sit.
Yeah, okay.
Out of stupid problems that you have to deal with. If I was this dude and it was my daughter, I'd be like, look, why did you give my address?
She didn't forget. I mean, she forgot to be there is what she forgot. It doesn't matter where she tells the dad. We don't know if she lives with the dad or not. Do we? We don't know.
No, she definitely doesn't.
So it's like, hey, drop the dog off Thursday, 6 o'clock. I got you. And dad'll be asleep.
Oh, he was sleeping.
Yeah, we know.
And
he
who
works
bangs on the door for 15 minutes?
Somebody's got to get to the airport.
All right, last one. You ready for this? Boy, you were in defense of that one. All right, bring a bucket and a mop for this week security.
Okay.
It says carrying a broom or pushing a mop bucket can get you into a lot of places. People hold doors open for you and everything. I used to work in security office building as a cleaner, and it was ridiculous. It's the amount of trust and access I had. People that think like this make me nervous. All right. I was alone after hours in offices so secure that they didn't have security recordings for fear of someone taking the data, handling there, and people just left files on the desk or left the door to a file room propped open or forgot to log off their computer. So their ability to get in there was very good. It was insane what I could have stolen if I were that kind of a person. The only person that thinks about stealing stuff is the person that's going to.
No. You think about it. Even good people think about it.
I don't know. I had to go through a bunch of background checks when I was hired, of course, but everyone has a price for the first time to commit a crime, and I was only getting paid $8.50 an hour, so that price might have been lower than I'd like to admit. So I don't know if you guys have ever had to do this, but they have security check people that go in there and check to see how much information they can get out of stuff. This sounds like a person who'd be really good at that, right? A mop bucket, and you just go, hey, can you get the door? And they just assume that you're in there because you got your badge and your hat and thing.
Who hasn't seen that movie?
What movie?
The movie where they get the mop bucket and they go into the vault and they steal all the money in the bank.
I didn't see that movie.
I didn't either. But we could probably write it.
Oh, well, it obviously would make a good thing in the scene, right?
That's all I'm saying.
And then everybody would say, oh, I know, but they really didn't know, but they didn't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, we're on to Flint Beat, our favorite. And Sophie Lotta's got a story out here. Flint City Council to hold meeting for opioid settlement and ARPA and trash contract. Did you know we had an opioid settlement?
What's the date on that? I think that
4 hours ago.
Already. Huh?
4 hours ago.
Their story is 4 hours ago.
Yeah, but I think this was a couple days ago.
When's the meeting going to happen?
Well, I haven't read it yet.
Well, read it. Okay, my bad. Read it.
Good to see you, Carl. Man. Flint, Michigan, that's us. Flint City Council Vice President Liddell Lewis and Councilman Eva Worthing called for a special Flint City Council meeting to consider an extension of the city's trash contract and resolutions allocating opioid settlement funds.
Okay, go for it.
American Rescue Plan. This happened earlier. This happened. The special meeting is scheduled to take place at 6:30 p.m. November 2nd. What's the date today?
November 2nd.
Just asking for a friend at 6:30.
So
they talked about it. Remember they had the issue with the trash?
Yeah.
All right. And it was the issue about how much it costs and how much ours were and all that. But the opioid thing I didn't know about. Worthing said they called the meeting in the hopes of allocating all the ARPA funds before a December deadline so they can potentially get additional ARPA funds. That sounds like a good reason. The following resolutions will be on the agenda at the meeting tonight.
Wow.
Resolution authorizing $108,000 in opioid settlement funds toward a lease at 4813 Clio Road for a customer service center for residents on Flint's north side to engage with city services such as paying water bills.
I thought that was smart.
And other city fees. I think that's smart too.
Yeah.
As well as having
that should
access.
Be on the east side too. Yeah.
Well, we hope so. As well as having access to city public health offices. A $26 million 5-year trash contract extension with Priority Waste LLC, a resolution authorizing $50,000 in opioid settlement funds to the donations with Love Foundation, and a resolution authorizing $200,000 in opioid settlement funds to incite med-psych healthcare services and hospitals. What do you think, man? There's a bunch of other things that they got going on.
I think that it's not going to happen.
Tell me why.
Obstructionists. A group doesn't want it to happen, and another group wants it to happen. And
why wouldn't anyone want that to happen? Those will sound like good things.
Well, in my book, people are confused about their jobs, and they're trying to micromanage the administration. And the bottom line is the mayor promised to do things when he ran, just like council people promised to do things when they ran. And the budget is the proof of it. So the budget period is really the only time that the council has to flex their muscles.
Well, I tell you what, here's what we'll do. We'll have the people watching send us a comment, let us know what happens and who does what and what does what and what do they think, and we'll talk about it on the next show. How about that?
I think it's doable.
All right.
I'm trying to debate whether I go down there tonight or not.
Listen, you're definitely going to do that. Moving on.
No, I'm not.
Listen.
It's 4:30 now.
Listen, we have underwriters and sponsors I got to get to. The Yang family on the Southside Cantonese.
Oh, that's right. Go ahead.
Oh, man. In support of 92.1 FM WFOB.
No. They're facts.
Facts for it.
Fact
17.
Yes.
Oh, for the people who want to be on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, so if we can get people on Fact 17 channel on an underwriter, that would be great. We also have Legacy Funeral Chapel with Martin J. Banks, 1009 East Stewart Avenue, Flint, Michigan, 48505. His number is 810-257-0000. Which is a really funny number for a funeral chapel. Very good. He's out of time. We'd also like to thank Cigar Fellow Cigar Lounge, 1086 North Iris Road, Davidson, Michigan, 48423. Check out cigarfellowcigarlounge.com. Buddy, That's what I got for the show. We got about 30 seconds. Anything I missed or you want to say?
Listen, all I'm going to say is enjoy the life you're living, guys. Just until you can live the life you'll enjoy.
Yelling.
Andy, you know what day it is?
Let me get what I want.
If I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday.